Right, 6 August 2025, and today I'm happy to be giving you the morning updates as we look at all the trending stories in Zimbabwe and Africa. So I want to quickly run through what is happening, and then I'll be back today. We've got an important event as we expect the judgment in the Lungu burial case. So today, yesterday we were expecting it and it didn't come. So we're expecting that today to come. And today we've got quite an interesting development, and that is the announcement by Harare province of ZANU-PF that they will be celebrating the defeat of General Chiwenga. So they have put out an invitation to all the affiliates. So all the affiliates that are connected to tAGWIREI have been summoned to Harare for a celebration. So they are going to celebrate the defeat of General Chiwenga in the ongoing fights between the two sides. So I'll now show you the invitation. So let's look here. So as you can see, this meeting has been called today at 12. So Harare province has summoned all the affiliates to come and celebrate and probably get money. They hand out money. These guys hand out money. And this comes after Tagwire was co-opted into the Central Committee, and also the victory of this man, civilized Wushe, now the councillor for Ward 6. And Tagwire personally attended this campaign. So Tagwire, that was the first time he attended a public campaign with Scott Sakupanya, and therefore they are celebrating the win. They have been handing out cash across the whole country. So they are doing a lot. This group you are seeing here is the ED 2030 group. So that is the ED 2030 group, and they are not stopping. So they are going all over the country celebrating the win. And Chiwenga, basically, he has to go back to the drawing board. What is Chiwenga going to do now that tAGWIREI is in the Central Committee? What does it mean? What are the implications of tAGWIREI in the Central Committee? So let's see what happens at 12 today. That is going to be a key event. What is going to happen during this meeting? Is it going to be public? I hope that they publicize it so that we see the drama taking place today. A key event, obviously, is the Lungu case. We are waiting to see what the judge is going to say. Is he going to say Lungu must be buried in Zambia, or he's going to say Lungu must be buried in South Africa? If Lungu is buried in South Africa, that means we're going to see the funeral very quickly, probably within the next day or two. So they'll be very quick here. So that is Chihambakwe right inside the court over here. And that was just before I was thrown out. They wanted to throw me out, but it didn't work. I managed to stay inside the court. Now let's go to other news. I want to quickly go through the news. MTN is letting me down. My network is so poor. I don't know what has happened with MTN. So let's start with MTN Nigeria. So MTN Nigeria is going to be, or has launched a data center in honor of Sifiso Dabengwa. So you can see the function that took place. This is the data center here that they've launched. I don't know if this picture represents the actual data center, but they've held an event launching the data center in honor of Sifiso Dabengwa. Strange enough, I'm not seeing any MTN executives. Okay, probably wrong there. Who is the man in the suit? The second one. But I'm not seeing any executives from MTN South Africa here. I was expecting to see a lot more executives, but that is what has happened. They've launched a data center in support or in honor of the late Sifiso Dabengwa. Then in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe has announced that they'll be launching two injections a year drug for HIV. So starting end of 2025, Zimbabwe will be launching a drug for HIV, which you only need to inject it twice, and which will be targeted at teenagers. So young teenagers, especially females, are vulnerable, and they will be getting this injection to prevent infection by HIV. If you get lenacapavir, you can not get HIV at all. In fact, your chance of getting HIV are almost zero, according to the research that has been taken out, carried out. If you take this drug, you're almost 100% safe from HIV. So it's been very expensive. I think one injection was like $50,000. But there is a partnership now between the Global Fund and various countries in Southern Africa, which include South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Eswatini. They are going to be getting this drug by the end of this year. South Africa is going to be first, and Zimbabwe is next, with the rest of the countries following. You can go check it out on Chihambakwe. So this is a very important development. And the man you're watching there is Raymond Yekeye, the National Director of the National AIDS Council, speaking about this new drug that is going to be introduced in Zimbabwe. This is great news. And also the same for South Africa. It's also going to be introduced in South Africa, where HIV rates have gone crazy ever since USAID left. So that is lenacapavir over here. And it's an injection. So you get one injection in January, and you get another one in 1 July, you're done for that year. Then let's look at the newspapers very quickly. I want to start with the H Metro newspaper, where there is a strange story. So the man you're watching here is Everson Zimondi, and he has been arrested and then released after he was accused of impregnating the 24-year-old daughter of his maid. So you can go check out this story. It's crazy. This is one of the crazy stories that I've ever seen. And it probably means he was probably dating both the mother and the daughter. That's the only reason why they would arrest him. So go check it out in the H Metro newspaper. And then let's look at a feature. 2 young British teenagers have been arrested in Harare after they arrived with cannabis. So you can see them here. They've been arrested and sentenced to 6 years in jail. So these are 2 British youngsters. I don't know if they're British, Zimbabwean or British, but they arrived in Zimbabwe with cannabis and they've been sentenced to 6 years in jail. So that's a whole lot of cannabis. Maybe they thought that was legal in Zimbabwe, but it's not. And then let's look at sport. Herald Queens are going international. So they're going to be playing on at an international tournament. And they are also a team who has the oldest player in the world. So this man, Innocent Benza, a businessman, is featured in the H Metro. He is the oldest player in the world at 54 years old. He is actively playing soccer. No one at that age in the whole world has ever played soccer at a professional level. Now, I want to quickly go to, let me go to the newspapers. So we're going to start with the Herald newspaper. So as you can see, my network is terrible. I'm going to have to visit MTN and ask them why they are sabotaging me in the mornings. I don't understand. Since yesterday, I've had this issue with MTN. So let's get started. Here. So, do I have the Herald Zimbabwe? Yes, we have the Herald Zimbabwe. And let's look at the paper. It's loading so slow today. So it's loading as slow as ever. And that is terrible. I hate it. So let's go in here. Okay, so we'll go to the Herald newspaper. And in the Herald newspaper, let's see what they are saying about Mnangagwa. Always on the front page, you're going to see Mnangagwa without a fail. Mnangagwa is the only person allowed on the front page of the Herald. If you think I'm lying, go back to any Herald newspaper and see if you won't see Mnangagwa at the front. That's what they do at the Herald newspaper. So, First Lady champions youth empowerment career guidance at Umzingwane. So these guys were at my old school, Umzingwane High School, where they summon all the schools to perform some sort of career guidance. And then Health and Child Welfare, Douglas Mambusera made an impromptu visit to Chinoi Provincial Hospital. What else do we have? Churches March for road safety. They went to Chitunguiza. And then let's see if there's anything else of interest. Normally on a Thursday, these newspapers do so well. So today is what? A Wednesday, right? So the newspaper is a bit quiet today. And then Sekuru Masuka, 50 million kitty to harness agri sector's full potential. Sekuru Ndoda Munda, I'm coming over there to get a farm. Sekuru Masuka. That is crazy. And yapo amunda nezanu. Mese munongona gava kwe askacha woyi makuseni. Okay, then ZDF Day, Zvinavashe Doctrine and the Construction of Zimbabwe Strategic Culture. So that is the late General Zvinavashe over here. Okay, and then let's look at the Chronicle newspaper, and then we'll bring it to an end. Chronicle Zimbabwe. Very slow day, very slow network. I cannot believe it. It's like I'm back in Zambia. Remember that day when I was in Zambia and I could not connect? This is what I'm feeling like today. So Zimbabwe is still for Lake Gwai Shangani construction. So Zimbabwe still is being used for the Gwai Shangani construction over here. And then national flags to be presented to families of all national heroes. And then let's see, everything else is the same. And then the funeral for the Chronicle driver was killed in motorcycle crash. They've buried him over here. So sad situation that happened in Bulawayo. And then galas, all set for Heroes Day Gala in Marsh East. So the actual function for this year's Heroes is going to be in Mashonaland East over here. So I think we've covered everything that I wanted to cover. Presidential blessing for Victoria Falls Stadium. So this is the Victoria Falls Stadium as it looks right now. Let's see what the story says. It says, President Mnangagwa said, government fully supports the construction of the 10,000-seater cricket stadium in Victoria Falls. This comes after Joanna Momombe became one of the people who was fighting the stadium. She was one of the people who was going around the world campaigning against the stadium. And I guess that's why she met Mnangagwa yesterday or the day before yesterday because of the opposition to the stadium. We've covered this so many times. We even made a video of Joanna Momombe fighting the stadium, saying that it's a problem environmentally. But now she's joined ZANU. She's not the only other person who's joined ZANU. Another person who is being accused of joining ZANU is the mayor of Kariba. So there is a massive outcry in Kariba after the mayor of Kariba. So the mayor of Kariba is a CC member, was elected on CC ticket. Ralph Nyasha Maone is being accused of attending a ZANU-PF function. So many officials from CC are now attending ZANU-PF functions without clearance from their office. So this is crazy because when they go there, no one knows what they're discussing, and there is a danger that they are actually being co-opted into ZANU-PF activities. So this is crazy. It's a big story. He has been removed from WhatsApp groups of CC in Kariba. So that is Ralph Nyasha Maone, the CC mayor of Kariba, being accused of attending a ZANU-PF function and not explaining himself properly why he was there. Then in South Africa, business, the CEO of Nedbank, Jason Quinn, has expressed concern over the disagreements between the South African Reserve Bank and the Finance Ministry. Jason Quinn says there is a need for these two to work together and agree on the priorities in South Africa. So currently, the South African Reserve Bank has got the priority of lowering interest rates and inflation targeting, while the Finance Ministry has said they're not going to support that approach. Jason Quinn says they should be focused on growth and not on inflation. So you remember what I said last week, that a third world country like South Africa cannot be focused on, let's say, having a low inflation of 3%. Because if you've got 3% inflation, the banks in South Africa should also be reducing their rates and not having those high lending rates. However, at the moment, the South African banks have got crazy interest rates, high interest rates. And at the same time, the Reserve Bank is pushing down this little rate to 3%. They're not dealing with what the banks are doing. And therefore, there's no growth. What has happened in South Africa is that if you go anywhere right now, you're going to see that economic activity has stopped. There is no economic activity taking place because people are only focused on one thing, which is paying back their debts. People are focused on paying back their debts, which are not reducing because of the high interest rates, especially for unsecured lending, which can go as far as 40%. I've seen people with 40% interest rate. Imagine if you borrow 100,000, you end up paying well over 300,000 to a bank, which is crazy. Okay, I think I've covered everything. You can go and check out the newspapers today. There's a lot to cover. And you can also check m31zimbabwe.com. So that is the political party where you can become a candidate. So if you want to become a candidate, you can also get featured and get support as part of M31 Zimbabwe political party, which we are in the process of facilitating, and so that we can defeat Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is throwing money everywhere. Teachers, doctors, nurses, churches. Mnangagwa is everywhere. But he will lose like a snake has entered the house. That is how much you'll be beaten. So if a snake enters your house, what do? You beat it up for days. Like you beat it up like never. Before I go, I've got one more story that I want to. So this young last week, and we've covered it on Chihambakwe. She's Miranda. So let me see if I got a picture of Miranda so that you can see what has happened. So this story is now starting to look like the My Jeremiah kind of situation. No one knows what's going on. So if you go to Chihambakwe, you'll see that we've put in the story of this young lady. So let me show you the story. So she said she was abducted, and then now police have said she must report that she was abducted. So suddenly, MTN has decided to make me look like a person. Do you see? That is crazy. So before I was looking like no one. Now you can see me, the true picture of Chihambakwe. This is embarrassing. I don't like what MTN is doing to me. It's very bad. I know these guys watch here. MTN guys, why do you have a network that behaves in that manner in the mornings. Okay, so let's go to Miranda. So Miranda is a young South African woman who is married. Last week, she said she was abducted. And Mbalele Miranda Ngomo's husband reported to the police that she was missing. So what has happened is that police then said to her, if you're abducted, make a police report so that we can carry out an investigation. And Mbalele Miranda Ngomo has refused to report a case of abduction. So police said to her, come and report that you abducted. She said, no, I'm not going to make that police report. Her family has also said they are no longer going to be talking to the media about this case. And her church has said that they are not seeing her in the CCTV footage at the church. So I don't know if her story was that she arrived at the church, but they are saying that they're not seeing her in any footage at the church. The police have also said that they have not seen any incident that she reported where she said she was in a traffic jam or there was an accident which caused a traffic jam along the N3 highway. So her story is not adding up according to the news report. And I don't know what that means. The family will have to deal with it because obviously, if this means she was not abducted, she will have to get arrested. In the past, the South African police have arrested people who made false reports of abduction. So that is a possibility that she could get arrested if she made a false report. Let's say she and a friend decided to go to Durban without telling the husband. Then she makes a report that she was abducted. It's actually a crime. It's called lying under oath. Well, in the case, she didn't make a report, so I don't know if it's lying under oath. But normally you would get arrested for such a thing, lying to your husband. So that is crazy. Now let's go to Zambian newspapers quickly before I go to my people. So you can see in Zambia, the story of the burial of Lungu is big. So this is the biggest story here. So ECL's family denies repatriation deal. I've told you about this. This lawyer suffered. The judges were they grilled this guy. He's a grilled lawyer right now. So what I think is going to happen here, and what I think is the problem. So let me tell you what is the problem in Zambia right now. The problem is in Zambia is this guy called Given Lubinda. This is the guy who is misleading the Lungu family. Like when he is in court, he's like a celebrity. That's my view. I don't know much about him, but from what I can see, he is the guy who is misleading Esther Lungu to take a hard line. So I don't know what can be done here, but Given Lubinda is the problem in terms of why Esther Lungu is becoming so hardline and she doesn't want to negotiate, and they're playing a political game here. So that is my view on what is the situation in Zambia. Given Lubinda is the one that is causing all these problems and making Esther Lungu take a hard line. And I could see that Esther Lungu herself, she's an older person. She doesn't want to have these fights. She just wants a husband to be buried. But it's this political game that is being played over there that is causing all these problems. And then let's look at our people on Facebook very quickly now that my network is showing, because I kind of get annoyed. Then let's look at Sulumani Zimbetu. Sulumani Zimbetu tried to ask out Grace Mugabe after he bumped into her in Mazoe. Grace Mugabe contacted the police for harassment after he was arrested and Grace dropped the charges. I think Wanyengamun, you don't get arrested. I don't know how he did it. Did he try to grab it? But if he didn't try to grab it, then she's fair game. Namurume, Grace. So Anonyengwa. Then let's go to Fadzi. Good morning, 5 a.m. club. A butterfly is proof that can go through a great deal of darkness and still become something beautiful. Yes, a butterfly is beautiful. And then dambudziko ravo nderekuti vanotarisira varombo pasi asi ndivo vanenge vadya zvevapfupi nekureba. So that is the people from ZANU-PF here looking at the Glenview 7 or Glenview. I don't know what Glenview it is, where there was that fire. Let's look at who do I look at today? I'm not seeing Madam Boss. Madam Boss, what is she saying today? Thank you, Scotland Yarazo Group, AfriPress, Zimpress, Tenga, Ticket Rako. I don't like, I think Scotland is the country. Okay. So I'm not mistaken here. So Madam Boss is in Scotland.
Oh, now
if I'm not mistaken.
Scotland.
Look at
join my funeral policies. Guys, when it comes to my job.
Guys, I cannot believe how beautiful Scotland is. Go check it out over there. The roads actually work. Notice my road, Zimbabwe. And then yesterday, President Akande honored Honorable Axon Sejani, former cabinet minister and member of parliament, who until his passing was chairman of the local government service board. So there was a funeral. It was presided on by President Hakainde Hichilema. Do you see Mtinda over there? She's got the best funeral dress. Who else do I see here? I see a lot of people here. So, and also the guys from the army are over there. I've never seen a guy from the army without a hat. It's certainly surprising to me to see the guys from the army without a hat. So I guess it differs by country. Or maybe they do that when there is a funeral. Did I see Mr. Mumba there? Yes, there. So very interesting. And I like United Party for National Development, UPND. It's a very nice party. I like it. It's my favorite party in Zambia. I like, honestly, guys, to tell you the truth, without a doubt, PF will never rule Zambia again. It will never happen. PF is like ZANU-PF. Well, they actually have the same name. PF, ZANU-PF. If you put back PF into power, everyone is going to be arrested. Everyone is going to be thrown out of the country. They'll put back the army on the street. They'll put back, what are those guys were called in the markets? It will be a mess. Zambia will just go back down the drain. Ever since President Hakainde Hichilema came into office, Zambia is amazing. I love Zambia. I love going to Zambia. It's like there's a new air of expectation in the country. So don't vote PF, Yaka Broker. Yaka Broker, PF is no one. I don't like PF because they threw me out. They try to throw me out of things. Why would you do that? It's a bad idea to fight with the media. And then let's go to SADC. Guys, what's happening at SADC is critical. Mnangagwa is no longer SADC chair. His term ended on the 1st. So currently we're going into a transition, and SADC is currently holding discussions in Madagascar. So you can see that Executive Secretary Makosi is sold out. He's left Mnangagwa. He doesn't care about Mnangagwa anymore. He's paid a courtesy call on the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Madagascar. She's called Rasata Rafara Vavika. She's amazing. I like it. I like the suit, and she is not like people that I won't mention. She is very, very nice. And also, we're going to suddenly have a new SADC chair, who is very interesting. So SADC marks 20-year milestone in regional anti-corruption efforts. So SADC is going to be my favorite friend now, after Mnangagwa is gone. So Mnangagwa is out of SADC. And you had, when SADC has a new leadership, all the foreign countries are starting to put money into SADC. They had stopped because of Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa has never entered the SADC building ever since he became chairman. He doesn't know what it looks like inside. And SADC people struggled during this time because Mnangagwa was stopping money from coming into SADC. No one wanted to fund a psychotic killer who arrests people and puts them in jail. So Mnangagwa arrested so many people. I had to go to SADC myself. And I wrote to all the presidents of SADC for the release of all the people who were arrested. Up to this day, Mnangagwa is still arresting political opponents and throwing them in jail. At the time I went to SADC, Mnangagwa had more than 130 people in jail. So this is the day I arrived at SADC, and Mnangagwa still has people in jail as we speak, including Nyokai Mabunu, who is jailed in South Africa, and Zimbabwe intelligence has taken over the case after misrepresenting that they've got the best interest of Nyokai Mabunu. Using state agents, Mnangagwa has taken over the case and is making sure that it goes nowhere. So the case of Nyokai Mabunu is now being taken over by state agents. They are not paying the lawyers. The lawyers are no longer showing up. They have not done the asylum application. And Nyoka is going to court without any lawyers because they took over. They disrupted everything that Sarawaka was doing, everything that Gambak was doing. They gave us death threats. Mnangagwa akauraya vanhu nenzara. Mnangagwa akabroka, akadhakwa. Mnangagwa ane dzungu, akapera sesipo yegesha. Mnangagwa akapera sesipo yegesha. Right, let's do akabroka. Mnangagwa akabroka. Auxilia akabroka. Sean akabroka. Kuda akabroka. Emerson Jr. akabroka. Ndiani kamwe kakomana kasara kapupi sa given. Collins akabroka. Anofarira kadzi vakareba. Iko kakapfupika. Tariro akabroka. Farai akabroka. Toda Edgar vamwe. Chava Edgar zvedu. Vakabroka. Nothing will ever come out of this family. Even Tongai akabroka. The whole family in government. Can you believe that? Where have you ever seen that? Where one family is all in government. That's why things never move at all. Then let me go to Mkoma Wangu Sharuko. He has featured a picture that I don't understand. This is a picture of Ja Preza with the Tami Moyo. Guys, ever since I grew up, I don't know what Tami Moyo exactly does. Like, I don't want to lie to you. Like, I see her, she's got cars being given to her and all that. But what exactly does Tami Moyo do? Like, what did she do? So someone give me in the comments, what is it that Tami Moyo does which deserves to be given more time by Zimoko and all that? Or is she just pretty? Look at those eyebrows. Tami Moyo. So go check out the feature in the H Metro newspaper. H Metro, it's like the TMZ of Zimbabwe. Now let's go to comments. Now that Mnangagwa is no longer sat at church, Chiwenga will soon come out of the closet. Never. That will never happen. Mnangagwa is an armed person. So understand what I'm saying. Mnangagwa is an armed person. You can't remove Mnangagwa by force anymore. You can only remove Mnangagwa through elections, organized elections. You must beat him with 75%, beat him like a snake has entered the house. That is how you can remove Mnangagwa. Internet can have glitches, that's okay, nothing to write home about. No, this is bad. Look at me now. When I started, the network was so bad. And this has been happening like constantly. When I get to 50% of my bundle, the network drops. MTN guys, I'm going to phone them. You know, I used to work for MTN, right? I worked for MTN for 7 years. Guys, I've worked for some of the best companies in the world. Like, I worked for, okay, let me not name this because my was what took her. I'm going to have a half a day press conference very soon. pane zvandakaplana muchandiona and inini ndotuka. So you see what is going to happen very, very soon. Anditongwe nemasalad. Zimbabwe leads the world in HIV research. No, not HIV research. Zimbabweans don't know how to use protection. So, apana murume weku Zimbabwe ane more than 40 years who knows how to use protection. Itakutipwe. Itakutipwe. Hamugoni kushandisa protection. Worse, because Zimbabwe kwacho there are no condoms. So if you go to Zimbabwe, you can't get condoms freely in toilets, in bathrooms, in public places. So what we're going to do with M31 Zimbabwe, we're going to make sure that you get condoms. We teach you how to use a condom. When you're using a condom, right, first, don't buy a condom from the street or from some strange places. Buy your condom from a reputable place. And condoms are cheap. So a condom costs 10 cents in dollars. So for 10 condoms, you should be getting it for $1. Okay, that is if it's for sale. If it's not for sale, you should get it for free. So Kuda, there was my condoms and my protector. So these guys on the National AIDS Council, they can no longer supply condoms because USAID has left. So as a man, wherever you are, even if you don't have a girlfriend, wherever you walk, you must have a condom or two where you're walking. That is, don't say, why am I walking around with a condom? You must walk around with a condom everywhere you go. And then you must know how to use it. So how to use a condom? Kana ukavhura condom rako. Ukavhura condom rako anditi. So unfortunately, I'm not holding one. I was going to show you, I'll show you tomorrow. Ukavhura condom rako anditi. Nori simudza so. Uri bata pasi nepana. Wotarisa kuti kuno roll and kupi. Not just putting it on without looking. So you must look kuno roll and kupi. It's just a kind of training, right? So if it, normally you have to put your finger in and hold the top, and then you roll. Ndokunonzi kushandisa condom. Otherwise, unobata tumwe tuma disease kwekutika. Noshiya kuti chi. Especially kuma university kwakazara zvirwere. Vapana variko vasara kugona kugeza, mabhebhe asara kugona kugeza. Saka unobata zvima disease zvinotyisa. So don't just go around uchita pandapinda wapinda kuvizidzoro kwara. So nokwara usaite semunhu ari kungopinda public toilet. So that is what you have to do. You have to know. Atidi murume ane dzungu anofamba asingazivi zvari kuita. You must be awake. Kwakapiza kuri kupiza kunzoko because vasikana vari kuita zvakawanda. Uri kuona munhu anoita so. Wapedza iwe woenda futi unodaro. So don't do it. Use condoms everywhere you go. Have a condom. And my condoms these days akasiyana nekudhara. Apana na difference. Walk around nema condoms ako aribo. Okay, mapabata. Okay, now let's go to atidwa nanobata chiwere. So don't do it. Unofira mahara. I want to take you now to the most important section today. So my network is not nice, so I can talk now. I get annoyed when my network is bad. So let me take you to the most important part, right? So I want to show you this, right? So guys, I always tell you must use herbs. Apana murume asingafana kushandisa herb. So kana ndikatasa skin yako, ndikatasa muscle yako, you must be healthy. So you must use herbs. So there are traditional herbs, and then there are multivitamins. So today I want to show you your multivitamins. Ashande, what do you do? And mve. So if you are taking mve, how do you make sure that your body is absorbing it? So most guys come in and say, I'm Dara Zukshanda, Chichi. Not most, just a few. And I give them counseling. So mve is a powerful herb. But what you need to do, Ndakakuzai about this herb last week. This one. All right. This herb is called Kwesi question this one. Because most of you called me to say, give us the name of the herb. So this herb, it's costing $20 kuritenga South Africa. However, in Zimbabwe, obviously, it's going to cost double or more because there's transport and all that. So I'm going to make sure that our guys give you, the guys in Harare, I'll get you this herb for free. So I'll give the Harare guys, because I know Harare guys don't have my pills. So within the next few weeks, I'll make an arrangement for you to get it. So, question in it, I say, it makes sure that when you take your herbs and when you take zinc, it goes into the system and works more. So, you must take that first, then you take your multivitamins. You should know my multivitamins, they're very cheap. But I don't use multivitamins. I mostly use Mve, because Mve, treat a lot of things. And also, it grows your muscle. So if you are on Mve, let's say I'm tired here and I feel like dropping. So like I normally sleep 3 hours. And then during the day, I'll go and sleep for a bit more. So there are days when I don't sleep, like when the Lungu case was there. I will literally feel like I'm gonna die if I don't sleep. Because if you sleep 3 hours, in 24 hours, you're supposed to sleep 8 hours. However, if I drink Mve and I'm under pressure, I must work 19 hours. I will not even sleep. Well, maybe I'll just nod a little bit. But I will be so active and so strong, and I can go to gym and work out the whole time. But first, if you can get a complex like this, get it, and then you take it just before you take your other medication. So let's say you're going to take it, you take it first, and then it's got 100% more effect. So mapabata, ndakudza 2 zvinhu zvehealth today. Condoms plus quercetin. Condoms, ukaona uchifamba, especially me, vanhu vema-NGOs, mongoenda uko. Uenda uko. Wosangana nekamwe kabhebhi ke-NGO yeuko kuRwanda. Wosangana nekabhebhi ke-NGO yeuko kuTanzania. Uchipinda, uchibuda zidzoro. Unofa mahara. Unofira mahara. Make sure unofamba wakabata pack yako uchibva kuZimbabwe, not wasvika iko, because mama countries they don't have any protection. So we don't want people vano itasina basa vachizoinfecta vakadzi. There's nothing is chinosemesa semunhu anoita STI, zvinhu zvemunhu akapusa izvozvo, especially asingatreatwe futi, uchifamba uchitucha uchidripa zidzoro. Especially madhara apa uri kushanda mugovernment uri kufamba uchidripa uri Tanzania hospital here. So in Zambia 70%, there's one region where 70% of the people have an untreated STI, according to a research which was done by a health organization. So these are serious issues that we're talking about. I'm just joking to you here, but it's actually very serious. Especially vakadzi vatrite vanongofamba vakadaro, and they need help. So they need help. I hope that someone is dealing with it in Zimbabwe. Chinyika chevanhu vasingapfeke condoms. Okay, I think we've covered it. What else do I need to do? What else didn't I see today? What didn't I cover today? Let's see one more time. Let's check one more time. I want to check the Star newspaper one more time, and then I'm out. Mukasandibvunza questions. Anamukoma 1 and 1. And ndimi moti mkaona kabhebhi moti kakadika kandogona kungopinda apa. Ndogona kungopinda. Unopinda papi. Unokwara. Then let's see. In Zambia, I'm still looking for the Zambian newspapers. If I don't find anything there, I'll be out. I'll be out. And then Mosaramita Abesu and Zungu. Anutara Sabas. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. The guys who are in M31 Zimbabwe were going to be in touch, take leadership positions, become a leader. Do not be led by people who are not qualified or are less qualified than you. We want a united and prosperous Zimbabwe. Fadzi is going to do very well. We are going to have a president, Asingachikise. Tomfonera to the President Fadzi. And Dokumira tender. President Fadzi and Aperiwane Salts. Tabangu, this guy is corruption. Okay, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And I will see you guys. So good on you teaching about condoms, but teaching abstinence is best. Not all diseases come from under. Teach people to respect themselves, their marriages, and most of all bodies are holy. Okay, Chengsiwe, let me tell you about Zimbabwean guys. So you can take this to the bank. Guys, close your ears. This is for women only. All Zimbabwean guys have got a small house. Do you understand? Okay. 99.99998% Zimbabwean guys have a small house. Give me a like if I'm lying. So 99.99% of all Zimbabwean guys have a small house or have ever had a small house, except for me, obvious. So I'm the 0.2%. So most of the guys that I know, vanoita zvema small house. Ukaona munhu ane mari, ane mota, munhu anogona kuita haircut. So in Zimbabwe, we need two types of guys. Pane machinda aya ekuti ukamuona zara ndebvu and zvembe chake chine chakasviba chakachembera. Afana ivava vaite masmall house, vanoita zvechechi. Wozoona mafesi ane ndisi mafesi akachena, especially mafesi anojima. Mafesi anoita zvegym. Anonyanyofarira kumbobuda pamba for no reason. Those guys with small houses. And vanoita zvotyisa. Ndo aya vasingapfeki. So most guys in Zimbabwe, kana uri mukadzi, pakatanga kuita lenacapavir, you must go and get lenacapavir injection because vanhu ivava vanoinfecta zvinotyisa. So as soon as this pre-exposure preference is out, it's actually there now. Now it's 2 weeks, so it's annoying to be injected every 2 weeks. Once this lenacapavir comes out, unobaiwa lenacapavir yako, anofa Edgar, Zoro, anofa Edgar. Make sure kuti haite zvekuuraya netumabhebhi because apa anoita small house. Ozoita small house, yes, small house. Zimbabwe guys are mad. Havakwanisi kuresta. That's why maloji kuHarare akazara like full of vanhu. Topona sei pakadaro. Hatiponi. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I've had fun with this. Please buy, support our sponsor. If you're in the UK, 2 packets. When you buy 1 packet, you get 1 packet free. If you're in South Africa, you buy 1 packet, we give you 2 Zambia detox. The day you drink detox oil, panofiwa, that week, and you're going to phone me for more. So WhatsApp me on this number, and we'll make sure that our guys supply or deliver this product to you. Right, I would like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you again within a short few hours, and a good day to you all. They can have small houses, but it's wise to discourage. I know, guys. Let me tell you the rule of guys. You never tell another guy what to do. So, Chensiwe. In India, you never hear me use Amunuti. Itaso. I will just tell you how to protect yourself. And Kanadama Hebs for Kuda, Kutuneta say. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And a good day to you.